Well, hello, fellow YouTubers, crafters. This is DM-BLAIR Wolf. Today I'm going to show you how to make treasure chests. Now, the good thing about treasure chests is when you make them, the way I do it, no two treasure chests ever look the same. They come out all looking different. And I'm going to show you why. What happens is, when I make treasure chests, I use my leftovers from projects. I use all the little ends. Small, large, medium, tiny, long, short. Okay? I put them in a bowl. I never throw nothing away. Anything I use, I just keep it all. The tools I'm going to use are going to be, obviously, my glue gun. I'm going to use a carpet knife. Be careful because these are sharp. A pencil. And a pair of these. I don't know what you call these. I call these like popsicle stick snips. I got these at the hardware store. They cost me about 15 bucks. You know, snip things, and then it has locks, so you can lock it, hold it together. So we're gonna get started. Now, I use mini wood sticks. I was using matchsticks for the longest time. I used matchsticks to do this, but if you can see my fireplace behind me, back there, I now use my matches to light my fireplace. So I'm going to use a handful of these. If you haven't noticed, I had to move my area that I do all my stuff in for my my terrain and things. I had to move into the living room. Thankfully for me, I have a pretty big house, but I had to move into this area because of space issues and needing the room that my stuff was in. So neither here nor there. So I got a little pile of sticks. Now, what I do is I find them like this. Now I determine how big I want my treasure chest to be by just drawing a crude line, and I use my snips to snip it off. Okay, so I just kind of pick the spot, make sure it's straight, and pop it off. Now that's still kind of crooked, so we're going to straighten it out with the snips. Now, since this is all the bigger I'm going to make treasure chest, this is just a demo to show everybody how to do this. So they're the same size. I lay one on top of the other, and I draw one, and then I snip it off. Like this. Now, as you can see, they are the same size. Okay. Now, they don't have to be perfect. Okay, because you're gonna need a level of tolerance as you go to build these. Now, after they're shirred up, then I choose how wide I want my treasure chest to be. So we'll just say this is wide enough. I'm probably going to do a video here sometime on the tools that I use to make my terrain. I see a lot of people online making their terrain with pretty much the same tools. That's why I haven't made a video. But I do have my own personal preferences, such as a pair of these. I mean, these, for the 15 or 20 bucks you pay for them, they're just amazing. You can't ask for anything better to snip your woodsies or your sticks or whatever with. So now we got our front and back. So now what I do is one piece at a time I put this together. Like this. A little bit of glue. And then I put this on here just like this. And I hold it until it dries. And then the next piece, just like this. Just like that. Now you have what looks like this. Then you put a little glue on either side here, like this. And then what I do is I put it on there and I square it up, just like that. And hold it for a second. Now it's together. Now there's one more tool I got to get. One of these. This is a really awesome knife. I got this at what we call Jubilee Day here in Mechanicsburg. We have what's known as the second largest street fair in the United States once a year. And there was a knife vendor, and he happened to have this really awesome craft knife. And it was kind of pricey, but I use it for everything. So I recommend getting one. They're awesome. Take one of these extras. Now you have this hole in the bottom. What I do is I line this up, mark it either side, like this. Snip it off. Just like that. Now every piece that I use after I'm done goes right back in that bowl. It'll get recycled and reused sooner or later. I made these 9 treasure chests yesterday in about 2 hours. And everything came from a little pile of these sticks and all the pieces that were left over in this bowl. So recycling is like my major deal. I try to, because buying these things aren't expensive, but when you buy them on a large scale like I do to make a lot of terrain, and I make a lot for my friends and stuff, it gets pricey after a while. So anything you can recycle, the more you can recycle, the better. And the more uses you can have for one thing, the better. Really, in all honesty. Okay, so now I have what looks like a little toolbox. I mean, you could cut a piece off, put it here in the middle, and it could be a little toolbox for something. Dolls or something for your kids. I don't know. So now comes the fun part. The part where we take our little stick, put it on here, line, and then that's where this carpet cutter comes in. Cut right through, just like that. Well, that was a cheap one. Try it again. There we go. Now, after it's cut off, let's put a dab of glue on either side, just a tiny one, and place it on there, just like that. Oh yeah, there's another tool I'm going to need. Hardware store and we get along well. I buy a lot of stuff from there. A rasp. It's got 4 different roughnesses. I use this end here. I'll show you what for in a minute. I'm going to make this a little quicker. Normally I use that thing, but since I'm short for time here, I'm just going to use the other pair of snips there. This stick is terrible. That one is just bad. Thought maybe it was me, but maybe it's just a stick. But this can be done rather quickly. I mean, you can even go the route of cutting many, because they're all going to be the same length. So don't throw that piece away. Keep it. I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, let's do a bunch of these real quick. And they don't have to look pretty, because I'm going to show you how to clean this all up then when you're done. Now, it's all put together like this. Looking more like a treasure chest, right? Okay, give that a second to dry, or cool, I mean. Push down on all the pieces, make sure they're good and solid. Put it in nice and tight. All the excess pieces off. So now you got this thing that looks kind of rusty, wobbly, hairy. That's where the rasp comes in. Just take it after it's cooled and it's good and solid, and shore up the sides, just like this. Okay, now this is what you got. So now set all this stuff aside, clean up your little area here, because I'm one of those people. Everything's got to be neat, tidy. So I can move on to the next step. Now, you have this, what I call slug. It's done, it's plain, there's nothing, there's no detail. What I do then is I take these little pieces. You see this piece here that was left over? Go right on here, just like this. See how it's kind of triangular? Take your your knife. This is where you get to be a little creative, because I like to kind of make it look like this. And then you take your knife, take all the excess glue off. Don't worry if you nick it up or whatever, because remember, it's a treasure chest. It's going to look beat up. I mean, pirates and adventurers, they don't keep their chests in the most pristine condition to begin with. We all know that. Now, take 2 small pieces of this one. 1, 2. Not like that one. Take this. Now, right where, if you see here, right where the popsicle stick and the matchstick come together, that's going to be your line. You're going to put your little handles there. So, I'm going to put some glue there. Doesn't take much. Glue these down. Just like this. Same with the other side. Just like this. Then take our knife and we clean it up. Just like this. Now, if you haven't noticed, I have this cutting board underneath me here. I use this thing for everything. This is actually a really expensive cutting board that had cracked on the other side, and my wife was going to get rid of it, and I was like, you know, for the price I paid for it, I can still get more use out of it. I'd like to. So I brought it into my little studio area when it was over there in the room before I had to move out here, and I took it in there and I used it for everything. Painting, spray, sealing, tiles, everything. Now, I use my knife, clean up my borders. Okay, and there you go. In a matter of minutes, you have a treasure chest. And like I said, I made all these in like an hour or 2. I hope this video is helpful. Not really many tips or tricks other than the basics here. Again, the tools you're going to need are rasp, snips, knife, and pencil. Obviously a glue gun. So, until next time, actually this is only part 1. I'm actually going to make another video and show you guys how to paint these. So, we'll maybe pick one or the other, or maybe work on the same one, if I can find it. and I'll show you how to paint them in the next video. So part 2 will be out in just a moment. All right, so till then, thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. If you would like to check out a Facebook page that I have, it's DM-BLAIR space props, all in capitals. It's some of the stuff that I make and some things. If you want to place any orders or any suggestions or requests or anything, or I'll make you terrain or whatever. Check it out. I'll put a link to it in the bottom underneath this video. This is probably gonna be one of a couple different how-to videos that I'm gonna come out with. So, because I've been showing how to make tiles and stuff, but I'm gonna start to show how to make some of the cooler stuff my way, the way that I do it. Because I have some doors and things that I do in kind of my own style. So till next time, guys. Keep on crafting. Thank you. I appreciate your time.